Okay, so can you all hear me, guys? Let's just do a little bit of a test. I know you can't see me yet, but you can turn your microphones on and say hello if you want.
Hello.
Oh, fantastic. All right, now can you see my screen? Let me share my new screen. Can you see that there? Everyone says, yes, Alan.
Yes, sir. Alan.
Just one person.
Just
This
me.
is an interesting, yeah, well, this is an interesting test, isn't it? So let me try and see if my camera works. Here's where you will see the green screen a little bit. Get this right. There we go. Okay, so I think I can recognize that voice. That's Kim, right? Or is that Shahani?
No, it's Honey.
Beg your pardon, Shahani. Both of you have very, it's actually a compliment because she has a very good, it's kind of an American accent, but it's a very authentic accent. So you have lovely pronunciation. Like so many Filipinos, you have lovely pronunciation. Okay, Sophia's just said hello on the chat box, which is nice. Ian, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Good man. And Joyce, do you want to say hello?
No, sir.
Fantastic. And Sophia, I don't know if you're just texting or you can actually say hello.
I can.
All right, good stuff. Okay, so we're going to start the class now. I know I said yesterday that we would do referencing, okay, which is a really good technique, but we'll do that on Friday, I think, because we need a full class for that referencing. So, Sophie, I don't know if you remember me saying that. Do you?
What, sir?
Referencing. Do you remember we talked about that in the super session?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll focus on that on Friday. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Today, what I want to do instead is to kind of consolidate what we've been doing and then kind of expand upon it. Because really we've focused on I want to consolidate one of the things we did because it was the most successful, I think. But we've been focusing on sentence types. Okay, let me just get this right here. And we've been focusing on sentence types. So, for example, do you remember this, Shahani? Do you know what this is?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a type of a sentence, isn't it?
Yes.
And the reason I'm trying to get you to write sentences like this is because they're complex. They're difficult to use. But if we keep practicing, and if I keep giving you little extra bits to put in them, eventually you're going to be writing these big, long sentences. Okay? The most important thing, though, is not to just forget about this now and do something else. So today I want to do, we'll start off with a game, just to get everyone warmed up. Then we'll do basically a review of this sentence type. Okay? Then we're going to look at a line graph today, because we haven't done that yet this week. And I'll have you guys will write the introduction to this line graph in the way that we've practiced. What voice will we be using, Shanika, for our introductions? What voice is it?
Passive, sir.
We're going to use the passive and 2 or 3 synonyms. Okay, so we'll practice that again, guys, because it's so easy. Thank you very much. Microphone off. Synonyms. Then we're going to write the overview. Again, we'll use the target language that I've given you. So overall, what do we say? Overall, what's that thing I always say? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So we'll do that, but you have to kind of finish those. And then I'm going to practice adding a participle clause to a sentence that you already know. And it's a really cool little technique. So this is where you'll get something new today, okay? But let's start. I can't even spell this right. Friday will be referencing. Let's start today as Thursday with a game, the participles game. It's actually quite relevant today because for later on, okay? But this game is very, very simple. I just say a verb. I say verb 1, right? Like, for example, watch. I say watch. You've got to give me not the second form, which is watched. You've got to give me the third form, the participle, the past participle. And in this case, it's a regular So, not the past participle. It's regular. So Sophia, the past participle of this is
Watch.
watch. That's the easy thing. Now, I'm going to make it more difficult for you, though. Okay. So I say the verb. You just put your microphone on. Just shout out the past participle.
Yes.
Okay. So if I say something like drink, what's the past participle, guys?
Drank. Drunk.
Drunk.
Good. You can all shout out here. It sounds good on the recording if you want to do that. So it's a good practice for putting on your microphone. Good. I'm going to start the recording as well. Okay, so we're starting with a game. Please tell me. Tell. Past participle.
Told.
Told. You can give me both verbs if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Let's think of a past participle for consider.
Considered.
Considered.
Yeah, it's regular. Good. Past participle for meander.
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 It's regular. Meandered.
Meandered.
What does it mean to meander? Does anyone know?
Going round.
It's like walking through a city, but you're not really walking very fast. You're just kind of like window shopping, which means, you know, looking in the windows at all the things you
Like
might buy. Strolling, yeah, meandering, no purpose. Okay, good. Past participle, please, to eat.
Ate. Eaten.
Eaten, good. So that should be everyone there really quick. Past participle to, how about to feel?
Felt. Feel.
Felt.
Yeah.
Felt.
Felt. Right, I have felt it. Yeah, good. Past participle to bounce.
Bounce.
Shout it all out. Yep, the past participle is bounced. Good. Oops. Indeed. Past participle to drop.
Dropped.
Yeah, it's regular. Good. Past participle to see, so many verbs are regular, aren't they? Discuss.
Discuss.
It's also regular, isn't it? Okay, so I'm doing the participles game just to warm you up, okay? But also I'm doing it because I want to make a point about something, right? A participle has a past form, right? Oops, which we've just been doing. What's that called for eat again, guys? All together, the past participle is?
Ate.
It's the third form.
Eaten.
All right. But what's the present participle? Does anyone know?
Eating.
Good. All right. And it's this one today that we're going to be trying to use in our essays here. Okay, so when I say participle clause, I mean present participle clause. I don't mean past participle clause. Okay. All right, so let's get cracking. A review of this week. What type of diagram, Kimberly, is this at the bottom here?
Table diagram.
Good. And this sentence, Mohammed, where should we use this sentence in our essay? Should we use it in paragraph 1, paragraph 2? This, I know you can't. Well, do you remember you were in this class and we'd said, well, let's just finish the sentence first and then it'll be easier. Sorry, my fault. Shanika, what do we need to write here? Turning
to the
data is okay, but details is better. Okay.
details.
So what paragraph is this, Mohammed? This is paragraph
1.
3.
Paragraph 3. Yeah.
Paragraph
I know it gets confusing with main body. It is main body 1. Yes.
Okay.
Paragraph 3. I know you know that. Okay. So turning to the details. 1. What's the missing word? Anyone?
Key feature.
Key, or what's a good synonym?
Important.
Significant.
Striking. I like significant better than striking. So significant. Okay. So and then obviously you've got to finish this sentence here, right? So we did HP before. I'm going to ask Shahani just to do it one more time, please. Can you describe this HP here using my sentence. Off you go.
Turning to the details, one significant feature of the diagram is the fact that HP increased its
It's
from
market.
31, increased its market share from 31.4%
Mhm.
in 2006 to 34% in 2007.
I know this is getting crazy with my arrows here. Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's so simple, isn't it? You can all see it's so simple. All right, so this is what we did last time, okay? But my first review task for you, okay? Do your best. If you miss some of the classes, we do say you must watch all the videos, okay? I want you guys to write me one sentence for Toshiba, right? This is a review. So yes, we've done this before, but we didn't do Toshiba, okay? Finish that sentence. Tell me about Toshiba, okay? I'll give you about 2 minutes. Write it down on a piece of paper so you practice that sort of exam situation. 2 minutes starting now. Just write it down. Okay, Shahani has finished. Did you do the while clause as well, Shahani?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's give them a little bit more time. You've all got about 50 seconds left. I just want to hear 2 or 3 of them. Make sure that you guys are doing it right. Because in this next class, we're not going to be saying while. We're going to be adding in something new here, which is quite useful. So you've all got about 30 seconds. If you're waiting, Shahani, or anyone else, obviously what you can do is just choose something else and just in your head think, well, what sentence would I write about Asa, for example, or others?
Okay.
Shahani, you could try others, because you remember you need to paraphrase that. You need to say other computer companies. You can't just say others, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So maybe you can think about that. Okay, everyone else, you got about 10 seconds left, and I'm going to be calling names, and I want you to read out your sentences to me. I'll be giving you instant feedback.
Is it just for Toshiba, Alain?
Yes, but if you finish and you get, well, we're just about to start now. So yeah, just for Toshiba, this is just a review exercise. So, okay, Mohammed's done. Let's start with Mohammed. If you could read yours, please. Turning
Turning to the details, one key feature of the fact that is the Toshiba
of the, not the fact that, of the, remember what she said, of the diagram.
of the diagram.
Now, I'm sorry, we did do that, didn't we? You could say one key feature is the fact that. Well,
Is the fact that.
Sorry, in fact, no, you're confusing me here. It's here. Try again, okay? The fact that comes later. Okay,
Yes.
one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, turning to the details, one significant feature, but actually I used one key feature.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's good.
Of the diagram is the fact that Toshiba rose its market share from 6.2 in 2006 to 7.3 in 2007.
Fantastic. Okay, stop there. That was really, really good. Okay. Now, one little tip, guys. You can't say rose its market share. That's just an exception to the rules here. Okay. For some reason, the verb rose has a bit of a strange meaning. So we'll talk about that later. Just stick with increased or decreased in this sentence type, Mohammed. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Kimberly, give us a shot. Sorry, Kim.
Okay. Turning to the details, one significant feature of the chart is the fact
Yeah.
that
Good.
Toshiba's percent market share increased from 6.2 in 2006 to 7.3 in 2007.
Excellent. Now you said
Wow.
you said percent market share. You can just say market share, or you could say percentage of market share. Okay. Finish. Do you want to finish this one? While. Kim, you had so you had. Do you want to finish the sentence? While. No, have we lost you? Okay, let's try Sophia, please. Can you write this sentence? Can you say this sentence, Sophia?
Turning to the details, one significant feature of the table is the fact that the percentage of the market share of Toshiba increased from 6.2 in 2006 to 7.3 in 2007, while Dell increased to 20.2 in 2007 from 16.6 in 2006.
Yeah, good. Okay, brilliant. John, hit me with one of your sentences.
All right. Turning to the details, one noticeable feature of the diagram is the fact that Toshiba increased its market share to 6.2 from 6.2 in 2006 to 7.3 in 2007.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, we'll have one more person doing this. This is making me feel so good. All of these have been fantastic. Okay, really, really good. Let me try one just to finish this off. Let's try one from Shanika. Do you want to have a crack?
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you. Go on.
Turning to the details, one significant feature of the
Yeah,
diagram
good.
is the fact that HP increased its market share from 31.4% in 2006 to 34% in 2007, while Acer decreased their market share from 11.6% in 2006 to 10.7% in 2007.
Excellent. Can we give it a round of applause? That was amazing. That was so good. Now, you didn't do Toshiba, but you did two. You did Acer and HP, and there was 0 errors, which I love. That was really, really good. Okay, that was a clap for everyone. Fantastic. So we need to build on this now, guys, all right? So how can we build on this? Well, today I want to try and look at line graphs, okay? It's the same principle as this. We can use the same sentence. Why can we use the same sentence here? Look where I'm looking here. Why is it okay to use the same sentence? Can anyone tell me? Is this a, yep.
Because it is a trend.
It's trends, isn't it? So is it static or dynamic? It's a dynamic. It's a dynamic means moving, changing, trends. Yeah, it's a dynamic diagram, just like the last one. It changes over time. So we can use the same sentence, all right? Here we have money spent on books. This one, you've probably all done this one. I've done this so many times. Who's done this one before? Crash. Who has done this one before? Say yes or no. On the microphone. Put your microphone on and tell me yes if you have done this before,
Yes,
or
I have
no.
done this.
No.
Okay, there's a few
No.
no's. All right, okay, maybe that's why you're being a bit shy then. Well, look, we're going to do the same, exactly the same thing now, same sentence, okay? But I want you to do, this is kind of still reviewing, I want you to do a different diagram, okay? So one more time, Mohammed, what's the first word that you can use here? From the same one that we used before. Do you remember?
Turning to the details or
Turning. So turning to the details. Okay. I'm trying to make this easier for you, so it's just always the same thing. Now we can say there's many nice synonyms. We could say important. What else could we say here?
Notable.
We could say notable.
obvious.
Significant.
Significant. Don't say obvious. That doesn't work so well. So notable, significant,
Okay.
or key. Okay.
Turning.
And that's enough for an essay, right? Now, what type of diagram is this, Ian? Ian, can you tell me? It's a
Graph. Line graph.
line graph. All right. Now, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write me a sentence finishing this, but the grammar is going to be a bit more tricky. We're not talking about market share. All right. So you need to think harder about how you can adapt this. I don't want to hear anyone say market share. All right. 2 minutes. Write me down 1 or 2 sentences describing this diagram, please. Starting now. Just write it on paper. Okay, when you finish, just type in the chat box that tell me that you've finished. But you've got more time. Who here can give me some sentences? Does anyone want to try here? Oh, is it a bit more tricky for you? Do you want a bit more time? I thought this would be a bit easier. Anyone want to try? I think Kim could definitely. Yes, go on.
Okay. Turning to the details, one significant feature of the line graph is the fact that the money spent on books in France increased from
1 second. Books in France, nice. Increased
increased nearly 55% US dollars in
You can say
19
by nearly. Good, 55%.
US dollars in 1995 to around 75% in 2005.
Nice, nice. So you changed mine a little bit, but I like that. That was excellent. Okay, just don't forget by here. All right, Mohammed, do you want to have a shot at this and I'll give you feedback?
Yes, why not? Okay, turning to the details, one notable feature of the fact that Germany,
Not of the fact, feature of the, you've got to put something in.
of the diagram,
Good. Yep.
is the fact that Germany,
Good.
money spent on books in Germany
Good.
increased from approximately or about $80 million in 1995
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. To
approximately $98 million in 2005.
good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Joyce, are you there? Oh yeah, someone wants to come in. Was that Ian or John? John, have a crack, John.
Okay. Turning to the details, one noticeable key feature of the line graph is the fact that Germany's hold on. Germany's expenditure to books has increased from $80 million in 1995 to $95 million in 2000.
Good. Germany's expenditure. I like that. Not to. Can anyone tell me what the preposition is? Guys?
By.
On.
It's on, yeah. So don't just write that down, okay? That's a nice sentence though, right? You can use that with virtually any line graph. Good man. Who else wants to try?
So shall I try?
Go on, Sophia, go on.
Turning to the details, one notable aspect of the line graph is the fact that the amount of money spent on books in Germany increased from $80 US in 1995 to 90 in 1999, while France and Austria also experienced similar trends in 1995 from approximately 55 and 30 respectively to over $70 in 2005.
Boom, right? How long is that sentence? There was no errors there, Sophia. Excellent, really, really good. Right, 2 clauses, a comparative, getting in dates, getting in increasing, decreasing, by how much, that kind of thing. Let's have one more person to do this, maybe Joyce or Shahani. Just quickly. You guys there? Joyce, Shahani, Kim?
Okay.
Go on.
Turning to the details, one significant feature of the line chart is the fact that the amount of money spent on books in Austria increased from around $30 million in 1995 to just above $70 million in 2005, which was more than twice its initial value.
Which was nice. So now you're moving into a relative clause there. Nice, excellent. That was really good as well. Okay. Line chart would be line graph. That was the only thing, but that was absolutely fantastic. Okay. So watch this video again. Listen to those sentences. They were all fantastic. All right. But now we're going to try and push you even harder. All right. So, I'm spoiling the surprise there. In fact, no, I'll do this later. I'll do the participle later, okay? So we're now going to move on to another diagram. I was hoping this would be more original because I've never seen this before. I've been teaching IELTS so long, and maybe you've seen it before. Sophia, have you seen this one before?
Yes, I have done.
You've seen them all.
Yes.
I feel like I've seen them all. I've seen them all as well, but I have never seen this one, so you've got one more than me. Okay, our intro. Again, I'm not going to teach this because we've done it loads of times, all right? I want you to write an introduction for this diagram. Let's just quickly review the absolutely most basic things here though, right? Mohammed, what am I paraphrasing? I'm paraphrasing. Mohammed?
Yes.
I'm I'm paraphrasing this, aren't I?
This one, the diagram shows the number of
Yeah.
visits. Yeah.
So I need to paraphrase that sentence into new words, right?
Okay.
Now, I always say use the passive.
Yes.
So let's analyze this sentence here. This sentence is not passive. This is active. So this here is the subject, and I'm going to put that in green. Can you tell me what the verb is here?
The diagram, which the synonym, you mean?
No, this is the subject of the sentence.
Yeah.
But now we need a verb, the action word.
Shows.
It'd be shows, right? So usually it's those two. Usually you get the subject and the verb there at the start. All right. So subject, then verb. Now all of this, you can regard this as one big compound. What does compound mean, Kim? Compound.
Two.
Compound is like when you put lots of things together, like lots of small things together, right? So this is a compound object or a compound noun. We're going to think of this as one thing, guys. Okay? So in the passive, obviously you need to start with the object, start with blue. Then you give me the passive form afterwards, right? Be plus past participle plus by. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Again, you've got 1 minute this time. You should be able to do this about 1 to 1.5 minutes. Okay? Write it down on paper. Write me the introduction to this diagram. Off you go. Starting my clock. Mr. Timing Man is starting his clock. We want to do this fast, okay? So paraphrase. Anyone who's a little bit lost, who hasn't been to too many classes, you're going to say something like, the number of visits to 2 new music sites on the web in a 15-day period is plus past participle by the, and then you need to tell me what this is here. Okay. And of course, this is a time game now. You don't want to spend too long on this. You want a long time for your 3rd and 4th paragraphs. You don't want to waste time here, okay? Has anyone finished?
Yes.
Okay, Sophia. I don't think everyone else has finished. So I'll type yours and then I'll get other examples. Go on.
The number of visits to 2 new music sites on the website in a 2 weeks time period.
Wait a second, on the website. Oops. Website in yep.
2 weeks time period.
2 weeks time period. Okay, there's a few errors here. Yep, go on.
Okay. Is illustrated in the given line graph.
I like the word given. That's good. Excellent. So just quickly, Sophia, the number of visits to 2 new music sites on the website? No, on the web.
On the web.
Come on, you know a synonym for web though, right?
Internet.
Yeah, with a capital. In a 2 weeks time period, you can't say 2 weeks. You would want to say 2 week.
2 weeks.
But it's 15 days, not 14. So you would say, you can't say that.
Okay.
Right? You can say in a fortnight.
Right.
That means 2 weeks. Okay, so I love that one. Let me hear Kim. Could you just read yours out?
The amount of visits to 2 different new music websites in a period of 15 days is shown by the line chart.
Fantastic. Line graph. I don't think, I mean, you probably can say line chart, but I'm just thinking from a native speaker perspective. I would never say line chart. Maybe Americans, though, but English not. But so maybe that's wrong. Just ignore that. Okay, very nice. Mohammed, give me your example.
Okay. The number of visits to 2 new music sites in the internet over a 15-day period illustrate in the given line diagram.
Good. Don't forget B here, is illustrated.
Illustrated, not illustrates.
It'll be is illustrated, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Shahani.
Yes. The number of visits to 2 recently developed music sites on the web in a duration of 15 days is illustrated by the diagram.
Excellent. John. That was really good, Shahani.
Thank you.
John? Ian? Come on, guys, you have to answer your, this is not like, but yeah, go on, Ian.
Yes, sir. So, sir, the amount of people who visit 2 different online music sites is presented by the line graph in a 15-day period.
Is presented by the line graph in a, okay, that sounds okay. You sound like you've got a cold there, Ian. I hope you're okay. Could you just say that one more time? I just want to check that.
Yes.
Just say it one more time. The amount?
Yes, sir. The amount of people who visit 2 different online music sites is presented by the line graph in a 15-day period.
Okay, but you need to put, this bit needs to go, you can't put that at the end of your sentence, right? Because that
Yes,
sounds
sir.
like that. That sounds to me like you're showing me the diagram for 15 days. You're not showing me the diagram. I can look at the diagram for as long as I want. Okay. Apart from that, though, that was nice. I really like that you're paraphrasing there. That was nice. Okay, good. Now, of course, when it comes to the overview, again, guys, when it comes to the overview, we always do the same thing, don't we? Sophia, overall, a quick glance. Sophia.
Yes, sir. Overall, a quick glance reveals.
And sentence 2. It's okay. Don't worry about that.
We'll reveals.
Not yet. Just give me the thing that I always say. What is it?
It's also worth pointing out.
Pointing out that.
That.
Okay, so nice idiomatic language for you guys, and you don't have to spend too much time on this paragraph again because you want to save all your time for the paragraph 3 and paragraph 4, because that's the bit where it gets really, really difficult. Here, we just need to talk about 2 or 3 key things, don't we? Right? So let's do this together. Here's your diagram. We've only got 2 things. We've got Music Choice and Pop Parade. Those are the names of the websites. Let me ask, who shall I ask for this one? Joyce, are you there?
Hello, sir.
What shall I say, Joyce, in general about this stuff? Remember, we're talking about the most general, most obvious things.
Fluctuations of the...
Yeah, that both, okay, so that we could say the popularity of both, what are they called?
Music sites.
Music sites. And how do you spell that word? It's a great word. Fluctuation.
F-L-U-C-T.
Do you want the noun or the verb form here? What do we want, guys? Noun or verb?
Fluctuate.
Verb.
Yeah, we want the verb here. So fluctuate, and is it past tense?
It fluctuate third only, because yes, it's in the past tense. That's why it is recorded already.
It's finished. Even though we don't have years, we know it's in the past. So fluctuated. Can someone finish this sentence for me? Fluctuated.
Alan, can we say erratic trends?
You can say erratic. Erratic is an adjective, though. But yeah, erratic means fluctuated as an adjective. Good. Right. So you might want to save that for later on. Yeah. Sophia?
Throughout the period of study.
Throughout the period of study. Good. Right. That's our first sentence. What about this one? This time I want to have a comparison. Okay. So I want to say something here. And then I want to say while And I want to contrast it with something else here. Can anyone think of something to say? What could we say? I want you to do the thinking now. I'll tell you if your idea is good or bad. Who's going to be brave? Yeah, go on.
It is also worth pointing out that Pop Parade is popular. It's the most popular, while
Was the most popular while
Music Choice is the least.
was the least. Okay, so that's exactly what I was thinking. So I think your idea is right, but you've actually said something now which is not true.
Sir, I have a doubt here.
Yeah. 1 second, Sophia. This is a nice sentence, but it's not true, is it? Look. Right? So it's true in general, but you can't use such strong language if you know it's not true always.
Can we say at first? At first, Pop Parade.
Well, I want to ask other people. How can we change his sentence, which is a nice sentence, just to make sure that we know that it's not always like that. It's just mostly like that.
At the end of the study, we can add that word.
I can't. That doesn't make sense.
The higher.
I think I need to change this.
Yes.
This claim is false. It's false specifically, but in general it's true. But it's just false here. But I don't want to give any numbers.
We can place had the most number of visits.
Sir, here only 2 items are there. So we cannot use a superlative, right? Can we use it?
I suppose you kind of can. I mean, there's no rules. As long as there's 2 things, you can say it's the most popular. Yeah, no, you can do it. I get what you're saying, though. I want to just say that I want to qualify this.
Can we say Pop Parade
had the most number of visits?
Yeah.
The most number of visits. But no one's really giving me what I want here. Come on, guys. You want to say yes, it was most popular, but not always. Come on, you guys have some language here.
Sir, can
Which changes?
Sir, can we
Parade was higher than the music choice at the end of the study.
But then again, at the end, it changed back to the normal way, right? Okay, well, this is good. If you guys don't know how to do this then, so I can teach you something here. Unless someone can tell me, yeah.
Sir, can we use this kind of sentence?
Go on.
It is also worth pointing out that Pop Parade had the highest number of visitors from day 1 to day 11.
Apart from. Is that what you said?
From
day
from.
Okay.
Day 1.
So you would say like this, from day 1 to day 11, like this.
Yes.
And how do you finish it?
So we can't use data.
Guys, we don't want to use a data. We just Okay, go on.
Okay, it is also worth pointing out that Pop Parade was the more popular in the vast majority of the days.
This is the kind of thing I was thinking. It was the more popular site I would say throughout. You could say the vast majority,
majority.
Let's just say the majority.
Okay.
Majority of the period. Right. So remember, this is just in general, so we don't need to explain too much. But now this is called a qualification. We've qualified, right? We have qualified our claim. So I want you all to write that down. The more popular site throughout the majority of the period. This here was kind of was the thing that I was looking for, I guess. There's different ways to do it. If I say throughout the majority, what is the majority, John? Is that all of it?
Yeah. You're talking
Majority
about
means,
yeah.
does it mean
But
all of it?
just parade, yeah.
No, the majority is not all of
Most.
something. It's most, right? So you could also say most.
More than 50%.
All right. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so we've written our overview, guys. Write that sentence down. Use that sentence in your essays if you like. Now we're going to come to this thing again. Exactly the same thing. I want you to write paragraph 3. Let me just put this here so we've got a copy. It's exactly what we did earlier on in the class. All right, but this time I want you to, you don't have to do everything here, just choose a few little bits that you want to describe. One more time though, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. John, what is the word I need here?
Turning to the details.
Turning, so turning to the details, good man. All right, and you guys know some synonyms for this now, so I won't tell you. You might have to change this a little bit, okay? But again, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Write me a sentence on a piece of paper that describes this graph accurately. Doesn't have to be all of it, just some piece of it. Off you go, please. 2 minutes start now. When you're finished, just type in the chat box, please. So be careful with saying here, music choice increased, right? For me, I wouldn't say music choice increased. I would say the number of visitors increased, right? It might not have been music choice that caused that. All right. Just a little tip. Also, you're going to have to think carefully about this preposition here. Anyone who's finished and maybe waiting a little bit. Is it in day 5? Think about what you learned when you were younger about days, right? When am I going to meet you? Let's meet. What's the preposition? Wednesday. It's not in Wednesday, is it? Shahani's done, which is good. So Shahani, do you want to give us an example here? Go on.
Sure. Okay. Turning to the details, one significant aspect of the line graph is the fact that Pop Parade increased its number of visitors from 80,000 on the 13th day to 170,000 on the 15th day, while Music
Good.
Choice
Mhm.
had a sharp decline from 110,000 to 70,000.
Excellent. So we're getting that sentence down now. I deliberately didn't kind of tell you anything about this, but whilst it's okay to say that Pop Parade increased, it sounds a bit odd in English because it's not strictly true, because we don't know if this is one of these things of who did it kind of things, okay? So that wouldn't be a massive error in the exam, but it would be better to say the number of visitors increased, okay?
Okay. Yes.
But that's just a small point. You've got the right preposition there, which I'm happy about. Anyone else want to quickly try this? Sophia? Maybe John?
Still thinking.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'll give you a bit more time, guys. Oh, sorry, no, I just told you guys not to do that, didn't I? Second.
Can I
Yeah.
freestyle it, sir?
Yes, go on then. That's even better. Go on.
Turning to the details, one key feature of the line graph is the fact that the amount of visits of the website Music Choice hovered between approximately 20,000 and 60,000 from day 1 to day 11 before it skyrocketed to around 120,000 on day 12. It then remained
Excellent.
relatively stable for 2 days before dropping to just below 80,000 on day 15.
Okay, that was amazing. I love this idea of hovering between. That's really, really good. Excellent. Okay, so you can freestyle like this. Just quickly, so my feedback to you is that you said visitors in, I think. Don't forget it's visitors to. Just here. I know you didn't say exactly the same thing, but
I said the amount of visits of the website Music
visits
Choice.
of, yeah.
Music
It's not of. It would be amount of visits
to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but that's the
Can
only
I-
error. Let me just stress, because obviously when I'm giving feedback, there's no point in me just saying you're amazing, right? I'm giving you that small piece of feedback, but let me stress that was brilliant. Okay. All right, John.
Turning to the details, one key features of the line graph is the fact that the total number of visitors for Pop Parade has an erratic trend of increase and decrease from 120,000 visitors from day 1 and 270,000 on day 15.
Nice. Not bad at all. Don't forget the S here. You said key one. You can say you did this last time as well, right? So you've got to remember it's one key feature or one of the key features. You can't put them both together and get it wrong, okay? So I would recommend just use my one. Don't waste your brain power, right, on this part of the essay. Save it for all this stuff here where you'll really get your marks, okay? So just say the same thing every time, okay? But that was fantastic. Let's have one more person, maybe Mohammed.
Yep.
Go on.
Turning to the details, one significant feature of the line graph is the fact that the number of browsers to Pop Parade have been increased from 120 on day 1 to nearby 170 on day 15.
Okay. We don't want nearby, but you can say near. That's okay. All right. but not nearby. I don't know why we're using have been increased. I would just stick with this because that tense is wrong there. Okay.
Is that wrong?
Yes, have been increased. It wouldn't
So
be.
just increased.
Yes. And the last thing is this is really good that you're trying with this. You didn't say visitors, did you? You said
Browsers.
browsers. Okay, the preposition changes. So browsers on the Pop Parade, let's say website, if you wanted to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So just write that down. You may well get in your exam something about internet websites and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
browsers on, visitors to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's run over a little bit this class because I wanted to show you something new, but I've just been enjoying listening to your sentences, guys. So I apologize for not getting into the new thing today. I'm going to introduce it now for the last 5, 6, 7 minutes, okay? And then tomorrow we'll probably spend a good 20, 30 minutes going over it, okay? So I need an example to show you. So let me get one more person to read their sentence out. Joyce, could you read yours?
Those are, wait.
Let's do Pop Parade, okay? Do you have Pop Parade?
Yes, sir.
So, okay.
I know. I created music choice, sir.
Okay. I suppose we could do music choice as well. Go on then.
Turning to the details, one of the significant features of the line graph is the fact that the number of individuals who visited Music Choice website had a moderate decline of figure from 40,000 visitors in the initial period of the study down to exactly 20,000 visitors on day 2.
That's very, very nice. Can you say that again for all of us? That was really good. I like the way you put in a relative clause here. One more time. Number of individuals who visited.
The number of individuals who visited Music Choice website had a moderate decline of figure from 40,000 visitors in the initial period of the study down to exactly 20,000 visitors on day 2.
11th day.
On
Are you talking about this bit here?
no. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, guys, I said I wanted Pop Parade. I thought I could do this with music choice, but you can't because she's talking about decreasing, and I'd rather do increasing. Okay. So imagine you write your sentence and you write something like this. Into the details, one key feature of the line graph is the fact that the number of individuals who visited Pop Parade increased. Okay. Increased from, let's say, from day 1 to let's say, yeah, day 1 to day 15. Increase from day 1. In fact, we'll put it here. Imagine we've got this sentence here, guys. So increase from day 1. I'm making it more simple. A very useful technique to use in task 1 is something called a participle clause, present participle clause. Now you remember at the very start of this class, I made a distinction, didn't I, between past participle and present participle. Does anyone remember what the present participle is? Well, it's just a silly word meaning, if I say eat, right? What is the?
Eating.
Eating.
That's the
Eating.
past participle, but the present participle is eating. Right?
Yeah, eating.
Now, a participle clause is where you make a clause but starts with an ing. Okay, and you've probably seen this one before, but I want to introduce it now with this sentence. Does anyone know what kind of ing word? I mean, some people are saying while and making a comparison. That's really good. Kim, you did a relative clause here, which was really good. All right. We want to extend our sentence. We can do while, or we can use a participle clause. Does anyone know what I'm talking about here? What's that word beginning with R?
Reaching.
Reaching. Okay, reaching. it's... Does anyone know how to finish this sentence? When we use reaching, we're always... Actually, no. Let's talk about this here. John, how many people, roughly?
Roughly 150,000.
150, yeah.
115,000.
We'll say approximately, right? Approximately 150. What?
Grand. 1,000.
Mm,
150.
that's not what's being measured here. Can anyone tell me what's being measured?
Visits.
150,000.
Visits.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Visits. So we've got reaching. Then we've got the number, right? And then we've got on in this case. Sometimes it'll be in. When did it reach that?
Day 11.
Okay. So this is what I want to try and introduce to you. This is a very simple version here. Okay, but we're going to try and build it up and make it more complex. Reaching blah, blah, blah on blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then I want you to say before. What happens? What happens next?
Dropping.
Dropped.
Dropping
Dropping.
to, what does it drop to? Let's do that one.
80.
Around 80.
Around 80. We don't have to repeat visits now because people know.
Yeah.
On day
13.
13. Okay, so this is what I want to focus on. I'll have to do it a bit more next class, but this is a kind of a participle clause, I think. So let's do one more together and then I'll finish the class just so you have a rough idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to change some of this. So now you're going to say is the fact that the number of individuals who visited, you're going to put that in here, right? Increased, and then you can say increased to, yeah, increased from day 1, or you could say decreased, I suppose, decreased. Reaching approximately so I know this is quite easy now, but I don't want to, we're just doing something new. I can't just throw something hard at you. All right. We're talking about the fact that, well, I'm going to stop talking. If you've understood what I'm saying, try to finish this sentence, but don't talk about these ones. You can talk about other things here, right? You could say recently approximately 70 visits, right? You can choose, but I just want you to just begin to practice this sentence type yourself. So again, you've got 1 minute, just write down a sentence, be prepared because I'm going to ask you to say one and I'll give you a little bit of feedback. All right, starting now, just try and write that end of the sentence down. Give you some examples. Right, you could say, for example, who visited music choice. This is just my example. Whilst you write yourself, you could say visited music choice, then I would want decreased. Right? From day 1, oops, I want a comma here. Reaching approximately, I don't know, I might want to say 20 visits, right? On day 2. Oops. Before, I can't say dropping, can I, guys? I have to say before increasing, right? To around 60 visits on day 3. Okay, so as I said, I hate introducing new things right at the end of a class, but you can do this. We'll read out our sentences, and then tomorrow we'll do referencing, and we'll do this together. It'll be really great. Just give you all 1 more minute. Okay. All right, that's been a minute. Who feels confident and wants to try this? No one. Okay, I'm going to choose someone. Kim, you're more than able to do this. So do you want to start off?
Let me check my notes.
Okay, just quickly check your notes then. Let's try Sophia. Sophia, I feel like you can do this well. Sophia, no. Have I lost you? Shahani.
Yes.
Okay, come on. Hit me with this.
Okay. Turning to the details, one key feature of the line graph is the fact that the number of individuals who visited music choice decreased from day 1, reaching approximately 30 visits on the 11th day before escalating to around 120 visits on the 12th day.
Good. Is that 30? I guess it was just approximately 30 before escalating. Yeah, or I think increasing would have been better, or rising would have been better. Good.
Rising.
I understood you perfectly on day 12, was it? Or day?
Yes, day 12.
Okay. Just give me that last bit again.
Can we say leapfrog on day 11 and 12?
No, leapfrog is too informal.
Informal, all right.
And escalating, again, it's a little bit tricky. So just write that down. Don't use leapfrog. Don't use escalating. Okay, that was fantastic, Shahani. Let me try someone else. Who wants to be brave? John or Ian or Joyce?
I'll try it, sir.
Okay, go on.
Or I will start from okay. Turning to details, one key feature of the line graph is the fact that the number of individuals who visited a parade decreased from the third day, reaching approximately 60,000 2 days after, before
Nice.
it fluctuated to around 40,000 on day 9.
Nice. I like the way you said 2 days after. That's substitution. That's excellent paraphrasing. That was brilliant. All right, so you're getting it, right? So I just want to stack these techniques together. There's no point in just doing new things all the time. We've got this sentence really nice. We're now trying to put this new thing on. And we'll do a bit more of this tomorrow. Just to finish off, does anyone want to try this last one? Maybe Kim, if you're ready now, just finish off on a high this class. Could you give me a nice sentence?
I'm not even sure. Okay.
Go on. Give it a go.
Turning to the details, one key feature of the line graph is the fact that the number of individuals who visited Pop Parade decreased from day 1, reaching just below 80 on day 6, before it stooped.
Just below 80 on day 6. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yep, go on.
Before it stooped down to a bottom of around 30 on day 7.
Good. Again, we've got to be careful with these verbs, guys. Stoop down. We wouldn't say stoop or escalate or leapfrog, right? Just stick with dropping. Before stooping,
okay.
Could you say that before stooping? No. I'm just giving you feedback because that's a great word, to stoop it's a very interesting piece of vocabulary. I mean, I don't know if anyone apart from you, Kim, knows what that means here, right? Stoop. But anyway, not in task 1. Save that kind of language for your task 2. To stoop is I'd have to show you. I mean, I suppose I could finish the video. To stoop is just to kind of when you bend down, right? Maybe you're playing cricket, right? And the ball goes near your knees or your feet, and you stoop down to catch the ball. That's to stoop. All right, guys, we're going to do more of this tomorrow. All right. Thank you very much for attending. I think it's been really, really good. Tomorrow, it's going to be participle clauses for task 1 and also referencing, which is basically using pronouns and that kind of thing. Thanks, everyone. Take care. And if you have any questions or anything like that, just always remember, our door is always open on Skype and via email. Just ping us a little message if you ever need anything. Okay.
Sir Alan, I'm not yet added to the Skype group, Shahani.
Okay. Can you email me Can you email me now and I'll do it?
Okay. Thank you.
Fantastic. Take care, guys. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.